What's going on YouTube? How you doing out there? So yeah, I'm back with another video. I do apologize. I had to reshoot this one because the one I recorded yesterday it got dropped out from the queue while I was downloading. So I just had to do another video here. And I'm also telling you to please comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Again, if you have comments, anything correcting, what advice I'm giving and stuff like that, just put it down in the comment section. We can discuss it. We can talk about it. We can fight and argue. You can walk away, whatever. So let's kind of get into this next discussion, because I was talking about yesterday. Or a week ago, I did talk about the pros of traditional publishing. So, and I'm not trying to steer you away from it again because I'm self-published. I'm trying to be fair down the board. So, I have other videos I've even talked bad about self-publishing too. So now I'm about to talk bad about. I talk good about or traditional publishing. Now I'm about to talk bad about it. So let's get into self-publish or traditional publishing. Traditional publishing, the cons of traditional publishing. All right, so first one we have is it takes forever to get your book published. So like when you do everything, you have to the first thing you have to do before getting your book out there to a publishing house or traditional publishing house is you have to go through an agent first before anything. So that's my granddaughter in the background. She's dancing. So you have to go through a traditional publishing company. So, to get to that traditional publishing company, you have to go through an agent, a literary agent. In order to do that, you have to get your stuff, you have to get your courier letter approved. So what it does is, what you have to do is basically you have to seek out multiple agents. I usually do about 6 agents at a time. You have to go through a lot of rejections of your courier letter. And then after that, you have to try to seek out more agents. Usually out of maybe, and I'm going to be very honest with this number, maybe out of the hundreds of agents that you send query letters out to, your chances of getting a agent is pretty slim. You probably get maybe one to, I'm gonna be generous to say maybe 1 to maybe 4, about 4 approvals out of 100 agents. So that's a really slim chance. And then even if your query letter gets approved by the agent, there's no guarantee that you're in. That's just a small victory. They still have to read and approve your manuscript as well too. So that's, and that could take days, or that could take months. Honestly, it could take years. So it's a really long process. So that's one thing you have to consider too when you're getting your book published. So another thing too. So the next disadvantage or next con that we have is let's see what. I'm trying to remember. So the next one is lower royalty rates. So I know, like, when you get paid usually, or when you make money off your book, you what happens is, I know with self-publishing, I make like $8 per sale, and that's what I profit every book sale. Where I think it's $4. It's $8 profit on. Do I sell for I sell my book for 15. So I basically make like $11 profit off of Amazon KDP, and I make $8 profit per book off of Lulu, because I have one of my books is published on Lulu, and another one is published on Amazon KDP. So that's really good, right? $11 per book, $8 per book. It's pretty good. The same can't really be said for traditional publishing. When you get traditionally published, there's no guarantee that you're going to make that much. You're not going to make that much at all. I'm going to be outright honest with you. You're probably going to make you'll barely make $2 to $3 a book. And the reason for lower royalty rates is because because the publishing company doesn't know really who you are. They don't know anything about you. They don't even know if you're going to make book sales. There's a possibility that you won't sell books. So they have to give you those lower royalty rates to kind of ease you in. Sure, you get a very good advance. Like the advance is pretty decent. I've seen people make. I've heard stories about people making anywhere between 7,000 to 15 to even 20,000 and your advances, which is a pretty good advance, but don't expect the royalties to be as generous because they're not. Royalties not gonna work like that. You have like you can have you have a celebrity like Mark Wahlberg. Say Mark Wahlberg wants to put out a book, and everybody and their mom knows who Mark Wahlberg is, so he's gonna sell books. Nobody knows who you are, so Mark Wahlberg is probably going to get more money in royalties than you are because people know who he is and they don't know who you are. So that's another thing to keep in mind too with traditional publishing. So the next thing also is creative control. You do lose creative control. So I know like you'll what it is like, so say you get picked up by that publishing company, you'll make money, or you'll make money. They'll give you a contract to sign. The only thing with the contract is you don't have control over your rights. The rights to your book becomes that company's rights. You're basically signing the rights over. So and how that can be a bad thing for some people is the publishing company can come in and be like, no, this character is unnecessary. We're going to cut him completely out the story. They could get they can get a cover that you think is ugly, but they think is good. So there's going to be a lot of creative control, creative differences with you and the publisher. And the only thing they're going to offer is, you either take this cover, we think this cover is good, so you either take this one, or you can cut contract with us. So that's another thing to keep. So remember, you completely lose quality control or creative control over your own work. And that leads a lot of people down the wrong way. So okay, another thing. So the next negative is the fluctuation in pay. So what I mean by fluctuation in pay is, so like my royalties come to me monthly. You when you go through like something like BookBaby or Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark, whatever, you get paid monthly, and these are all self-publishing avenues. With traditional publishing, you're not sure when you're going to get paid. I think I read a thing that says you probably get paid like twice a year. So that's no money. That is nothing. And that goes back to what I said earlier with my last point about you don't make a lot of money. My second point, you don't make a whole lot of money in industry. You really don't in traditional publishing. You profit more as a self-published author as you will a traditional published author, and that's just facts. I'm saying that's just real. So if I remember that. We are moving along, y'all. I think we're getting it in. Sorry, just trying to. Sorry, just trying to put my notes back up here, y'all. Just bear with me. But so I just want to make sure that you guys know which industry suits you. Traditional self-publishing. So, oh wait a minute. Did I mess up? Yes, I did. So, like I said, so I mean, there's a lot of advantages, but there's a lot of disadvantages. So, um, let's say so yeah, and that was the one point I want to make too. So traditional publishing, traditional publishing. Another downfall to it is that you'll do less writing, Sorry, that's self publishing. Jesus, you'll have Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to remember everything that I wrote. Yeah, I think I pretty much did everything. Contracts. I mean, this one's not. I mean, I guess yeah. Publisher contracts are complicated um, because they say the publishing contracts are complicated because they favor the publishing company more. So you don't want to. So if you get a doc, or if you actually make it with the traditional publisher, there's going to be more headache than there's going to be. A lot of people think it's going to be an easy ride once you make it in the industry, and it's really not. You're gonna you're gonna have more. Like I said, you're gonna have way more headache because now you got this contract that your publishing company has made with you, and they want you to sign it. Before you sign over to it, you want to get a lawyer, and your lawyer has to look over the document and make sure that it's a legit contract. So, and then that adds to the first point I made where I said publishing takes forever to get into. Traditional publishing, it's time consuming because you got to go through so much just to get your foot in the door. But once you get your foot in the door, that's all it really takes after that. Getting your foot in the door. And what I mean by getting your foot in the door is getting your query letter, getting your query letter accepted, getting your manuscript accepted, getting the contract with the company. So that those are always good pluses. But again, like there are advantages to both publishing, you know, avenues.